My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 27, 2025. It is exactly 2 a.m. So this is my third video. So there's a lot to discuss. Let's go straight on Twitter. This is the first tweet. This was posted on the 25th. So I'm a bit behind. Okay, so let's get to it. The British press and Royalists with their trolls are so toxic, racist, evil, unloved, and hate themselves. They project their bad behavior on Meghan. So anytime they see her ban herself, they start saying all sort of things because they are not seeing what they paint her to be. All right, 2 minutes and 1 second. Let's listen.
There's so much hate written about her. Like, there's literally an industry.
I mean, I wouldn't look if I was her.
Exactly, I wouldn't. There's an industry of hate that's built around talking about her. I wouldn't read anything. I absolutely wouldn't.
It's self-preservation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so damaging for your mental health. So I believe it when she says she doesn't read anything about her because so much of it's so hateful. I wouldn't.
The Netflix series was perfection. It was all, you know, doing the cooking while you're wearing a $1,000 jumper or whatever. You know, people like, you know, what's the realism in all of this? What's the authenticity?
Is it a creation of perfection, or is this? I think people find it hard to believe that this is just who she is, how she is. We may not get it, we may not understand it, but
is it though? Is it? I think that's what people have a problem with.
This is the thing: is that why is there so much scrutiny on? Is she being who she is? She's giving us her genuine, authentic self. I don't know why we have such a problem with believing that. It's almost like we are sitting here saying, how dare she be this person? This is not who we've painted her out to be. So therefore, we've decided that everything she's doing is a lie. It's like we're almost saying the audacity of this person to send her kids emails, to say that she's hardworking, to cook in a white shirt, to have a Netflix show, to wear those jeans. Like, imagine that this is just who she is, and let her be that. I can't get my head around the sort of narrative that she has to be lying because this is not who you expect.
It's not that she's lying.
I think she's.
I don't think anybody's accusing her of lying.
Is this vision of perfection?
But it's not a vision of perfection. She's just being who she is. If to you that's perfect, but that's your vision of it. That's your interpretation of it.
I think it's a presentation.
Oh my lord, this guy. They always have to put a price tag. Like they said, I don't know if it's in the caption here. They create this narrative about her. In their head, they said this is who she's supposed to be. And there's Meghan, who's individual, have her own mind, independent. There's no umbilical cord connect to them to say this is the way she should be. Meghan is literally showing who she is, but they won't accept it. This is full-blown crazy. They expect each group supposed to be this specific way, that group supposed to be this specific way, but when everybody is individual, you could do whatever you want as long you don't disrupt other people's life. But yet, they want to be in everybody else's life. They want to control people. This is a crazy mindset. All right, so there's this. That's a different video, so I'll play it again. Okay, Queen Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is that girl. With love, Meghan. There's all those hashtags. Let's listen to this again. Let's go into it so it could be bigger.
You guys will not believe who I just had on my flight, who I had a pleasure of serving. The Queen, the Princess, the Duchess of Sussex. The Meghan Markle was on my flight, and she's so beautiful in person. She was so sweet. she wrote us a little handwritten note back. So we wrote her a note that said, "It's a pleasure of serving you. We love you real bad." And she wrote this note back that says, "Dear AA girlies, thank you for the love, hospitality, and handwritten note. You know me well. All love right back to you." And then I think it says, "Forever, Megan." You know, I can barely read this cursive, but look at this handwriting is giving rich. It's giving expensive. It's giving princess. She also said she loved my nails, and the captain on my last flight said they were intense. So
That's what I like.
sir, it doesn't matter what you think. The queen says she likes them.
All right, so there's another video here. Oh my god, don't tell me it's a thread. I didn't expect that. Harry and Meghan tell the truth about what happened to them, yet toxic, racist, evil, bitter white people like Piers Morgan with the British press and Royalist say they lie even though they were not there. The law will deal with them soon. We love you, Harry and Meghan. So there's that here, 1 minute and 2 seconds. I think that has to do with the chase.
Because they were trying to stick to the speed limits and not put anyone in danger, but it did go on for more than 2 hours. It involved swapping vehicles and trying to get into safe spaces. They said there was about a dozen vehicles, cars, motorbikes and also cycles chasing them, trying to get pictures. At one point, Harry and Meghan's car was blocked off and photographers were taking pictures of them. They didn't at any point feel at risk. They were scared, but they didn't feel their life was at risk. They were, however, concerned about people dying on the roads because the paps, they say, were crossing red lights, going up onto the sidewalk, and they, at several points they were concerned that pedestrians could be killed. So it was pretty serious as far as they're concerned.
All right, so there's this here. Okay, sir, it doesn't matter what you think. The queen says she likes it. I know, this is what really got me. Love her joy and meeting Meghan. Very nice. Okay, so there's probably more. Let's pause this. She probably put a whole bunch of other videos. Okay, so that was that. Okay, people that believe tabloid hacks like that imbecile Morgan needs to reassess their lives. He's lied countless times. The NYPD confirmed the chase occurred and was dangerous. Morgan is nobody that should leave Harry and Meghan names out of his fat mouth. Okay, why is this coming up again? Did something happen? A lot of old stories are being regurgitated. I think it's because of the lie, the tabloid. Let's go back to the original tweet. And I believe this is that one, okay? Let's read some of the comments here and then that's it. So true, but when and why did Afua change her tune? She is on and off. Okay, so are they talking about her? Okay, I don't follow her. I don't know if I've shared other videos of her. If the squad don't share, I don't know. So I'm assuming it's her. There's that. She's on and off. She was skirting around the issue, but I'll say it. They can imagine a black biracial woman who defied their norms doing those kind of things. It wasn't that Meghan Markle was fake for cooking and a sumptuous white sweater. They just can't handle someone they deem not worthy the status of the royal family, living softly, luxuriously, and without struggle. That's the real issue. Yeah, they create that box. Okay, certain group of people, this is how they should be living. They create unnecessary pain. Go out of their way to create chaos to those people's lives. So when Meghan ignore them and focus on herself, it drives them crazy because this is not what they want her to. I mean, these people are evil. That's all. Every way, every branches, different way that I think about their ways of doing things, it always come back. These people not only crazy, they are dangerous, they are evil. When UK media see Meghan, they see what is lacking in the royal family persona and also lacking in themselves and the culture they claim to be great. I don't think they have that mindset at all. I don't think they have that mindset at all. Because if that was the case, they'll be minding their own business. But it's that box, that mentality they create for black people. This is the way it's supposed to live. When Meghan is minding her own business and they realize that Meghan is not struggling, this is what's pissing them off. Okay? I don't even think they worry about them. This is in one video I said, I don't even think they enjoy the lifestyle that they have because it seems like They so focused on creating chaos all the time. When do they ever sit down and enjoy the fruit of their labor? Okay, they work, they have money, they have all of that. Do they really sit down and enjoy it? But they thrive on creating pain, unnecessary pain to others. Okay, so damn it. All right, where is it? So they can only feel better by critiquing Meghan. They perceive Meghan is trying to be perfect when that is her authentic self before royal family and now. Okay, Lorraine and Kelly handbags. Yes, she tagged the person struggling with a dose of get over yourself from Afua. Seems the Zara trousers were okay for Meg, but not the 1,000-pound Loro Pena sweater. Too much perfection. I'm not sure what she's making reference to. Basically, how dare she be joyous while black? Yep, that's that. Why she is not in a ditch or paraded on the street of London naked. That's that Jeremy Clarkson thing. I guess naked while white Brits are throwing lumps of excrement at her. This is what drives them, that makes them happy. There's a video I came across. I'm not sure if I share it. This person, I think it's in the UK. They never show the salesperson's face. It looks like it's a Middle Eastern or something like that. And this white Brit was on the street walking, looking for trouble to incite racists onto that person. And there was another white guy who was recording it and sensed that this guy was looking for trouble. He recorded him going into the store, bothering the lady, and it seems like the lady was in the store by herself because it seems like it was, maybe in the middle of the day. People were in their respective places, but the store was somewhat empty, but she was minding her own business. But this guy walked in the store to harass her. And thank God the other guy pull out his phone, record from the street into the store, following the guy, and know that the guy was gonna bother the lady. And that's what probably saved her. My God, some people just don't know peace at all. Let me see if I find. It's been a while, so I'm gonna take a while to find it. The guy doing the criticism sits on a show, probably wearing the very best suit for his economical class on the show, but he expects Meghan to do less on her own show within her economical class, who does not put their best foot forward for their job. Make it make sense. Yeah, he was putting price tag on the whatever thing Meghan had on. The saddest part of this is he did not hear and could not accept anything that Afua said. Imagine with his whole chest stating it's the presentation without realizing that is a problem, that's his problem, not Meghan's. He has the problem all while fighting to project that onto Meghan. Yeah. Yes, they want to believe Meghan is lying, but KKK is the most fake person I ever seen, who can't welcome a woman to show her the inside and out, only to be so jealous that KKK have to lie to make herself shine on the world stage. She was always a standout, stylish, elegant lady. She was known as such when living in Scrivener Square here in Toronto. She has lived comfortably before the royals deal with it. Okay, they are all disgusting psychopaths. It's their business to believe or not to believe that's who Meghan is. They cannot believe someone like Meghan can be this good and perfect and everything. Did she also fake that her iconic handwriting and cooking skills? So there's all of that. These people have issues. They have issues. These things, this mentality, this racist mentality is ingrained in them. I don't know. How is that I just don't understand. Meghan's life is their problem. I don't understand that. They cannot feel proud for her doing. I don't understand. I really don't. Next tweet. Twice in 1 week, double page on the Daily Fair, but sure, it's not like in the same week, Wady Katie went out to name a ship HMF Glasgow and they snub her. So the Daily Fair writing about Harry and Meghan. Harry's new royal court in California. So there's that. There's another one. Okay, all I'm saying, no other royal wedding anniversary is covered this way. Sussex anniversary. So this is the other one. Talking about Meghan's IG thing. Alright, Harry is always being told he's no longer a royal until it suits the narrative. That's right. Funny how the titles always come out when Harry and Meghan are at IG or when they go in other countries. Alright, HRH are literally keeping British media afloat. The way they're filling their pages with the irrelevant too. It is getting desperate. They use their names everywhere. Alright, this is a targeted harassment of their staff, but I'm sure the Sussexes already warned them. I think APT they all know. The good news is that their staff are private citizens, not public figure. I don't think they can go uncover private aspect of their lives without being sued. So they will talk about those staff LinkedIn page or anything they put out on social. Alright. These people spend more time reporting on Harry and Meghan, who receive no taxpayers' money, than the royals that cost the UK a fortune. Harry and Meghan were driven out the UK by the British media, yet they won't leave them alone. This is a problem, yeah. Spending more resources on a couple in the USA than the tax-funded royals. Okay, if the king wasn't flying the water, I don't believe many of those UK media will have any incentive to follow the leftovers around. Obviously, that coverage isn't selling. Okay, oh my God, this cheeky attempt to rebuild their brand is a narrative that's false. All right, let's go to the next tweet. I didn't read the thing. It looks blurry. If you could, when I put it, you could pause your screen and read it. Next tweet. Okay, the Daily Mail aren't coping with the fact that Meghan continues to rise. They are obsessed with Meghan so much that not a day goes by when they don't publish a hateful article about her. If this was any other royal, they won't get away with this bullying and sickening behavior. I don't know. Maybe they're piling up something. I don't know. Revealed the 16th time Meghan Markle broke royal protocol. My God. Now that Meghan controls her narrative, they have resorted to recycling old news from years ago. Pathetic. Exactly that. Why are you posting this rubbish? I post what I like. If you don't like it, you can jag on. There's that. Thank you. The debunking is worth a read. Okay, brilliant article. So there's all of that. Let's go to the next one. Sometimes when they put the caption, when the squad put the caption, they didn't, like this one, she didn't share. Let me see if I click on it, if it's the image. Okay, she took a screenshot of it. She did not put the link to make it easier for people. So whoever wants to read that, they will have to type whatever is there to go search for it. So sometime when they were putting their caption, they put the image next to it so they could, what she's making reference to. Next tweet. Toxic British media should be sued for bullying, harassment, and defamation of character. The obsess of Meghan especially is a steroid. These scavengers are very abusive. British media, how can you be a grifter and disrespectful at the same time? Alright, so this I share in one of the videos I did earlier today. So let's listen to that. It's 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
The British press doesn't hate Harry and Meghan. They depend on them. And brain-dead consumers keep falling for it like it's gospel. The haters, loud, loyal, and proudly low IQ. If the UK tabloids stopped writing about them tomorrow, half their headlines would vanish. And so would their profits. Since 2020, over 74,000 articles have been published about Meghan alone. That's not journalism. That's obsession turned business model. Now compare that to Kate Middleton. In the same time frame, Meghan had 843 articles printed. Kate, just 144. And while 43% of Meghan's coverage was negative, Kate's was only 8%. That's not just bias. It's deliberate image manipulation. The British media has mastered the art of perception warfare. They build one woman up as the perfect English rose, while demonizing the other as a threat to tradition, then sit back and profit off the chaos. They're not informing the public, they're brainwashing them. One clickbait headline at a time. And the saddest part, so many people fall for it. No questions asked, no critical thinking, just parroting headlines from papers that would sell their own monarch for ad revenue. And then the haters, the keyboard clowns who foam at the mouth anytime Harry and Meghan breathe. They're not outraged citizens. They're unpaid PR interns for a broken tabloid system. Loud, gullible, and dumb enough to think their obsession is righteous anger. They don't realize they're not fighting for truth. They're just clout chasing in a circus they'll never profit from. Let's be clear. Harry and Meghan aren't a scandal. They're a business model. The press doesn't hate them. They need them. Desperately. Because without them, the royal beat is dry and the headlines are limp. The British press doesn't expose corruption. They are the machinery of it, and they rely on the brain-dead public to keep feeding it. So ask yourself, if they stop talking about Harry and Meghan tomorrow, what else would they have to sell you? And why are you still buying it?
Alright, so I sort of shared that video in one of the videos I did this morning, but let's read these for the sake of this video. Can ordinary people sue the tabloid on behalf of Harry and Meghan? If yes, can we, the people, sue the bastard? It's not pertaining to you. I don't think so. People suing for other people. I don't think so. Then there would have been a lot of lawsuit going on. I'm not a lawyer, but whoever is a lawyer, attorney, whatever, could respond to that. Put the timestamp, okay? As you respond to whatever I said in the video. Put timestamp so I could go straight to it so I know what you're making reference to. Okay, she's single-handedly keeping that paper lights on, literally. Preaching the truth, well said, 100% truth. They need them. Without Harry and Meghan, while other news feed the deluded haters. I mean, there's so many things going on around the world. So many things going on around the world. What's going on in the Middle East is still continue. It continues. Nobody's talking about it. I used to talk about it, and YouTube claim, I'll put the screenshot, where they said if you talk about this, the death, children, and all of that, I know they were, that probably was because of me, because I was highlighting a lot of them. Okay? There's no Middle East anymore. The Palestinian, gone, things are still going on. There's all of these topics, they could talk about it. This is why they hijack all mainstream medias, any form of communication, so they could control what they put out there. But ordinary people who sees the wrong are talking about those things, but they don't have the platform, you know, and things like that. There is still things that's going on. Let's see. Let me type random question about Palestinian. What did Israel do? I don't know. Let's not put in 1947. Let's put yesterday's date, May 25th, 2025. A random thing. I don't know, because the date popped up before I just changed the date. Let's see here. Okay, on May 25, 2025, Israel carried out numerous actions in Palestine, primarily centered around its ongoing military offensives in Gaza Strip, known as Operation Gideon's Chariot. This operation, which began on May 16, involved ground advances and aerial bombardment with the state objective of destroying Hamas military. This is just a perceptive of thing they put out there as if they're going after military. The thing is freaking grounded. God help us. Just help us. Okay, involve ground advances and aerial bombardment with the state objective of destroying Hamas military and governing capabilities and rescuing Israel's hostage. Let's look at some images. They won't show much. Look. Any other places talking about this? There is so many other topic to talk about. Are they talking about it? My God. What military is that? There's nothing there. This is a perceptive. This is a facade they're putting. Oh, we're going about Hamas, this and that. I will never forget this. When that thing started, young people in Palestine, you know, with their cameras hanging around one of those squares, you know, just hanging out, very peaceful. And they had those men in black suit going, shoving them, pushing them. They were instigating. And there's other videos they put out there. A shop in Palestine. It was a security camera, all right? Sitting down, quietly, people eating. The same type of group, they're wearing black suits, okay? Go in there, break the storefront, go in there, create chaos. They wanted to instigate for the Palestinian to be upset and, retaliate. That did not happen. It did not happen. Then later, that's when they come with that the party that was going on, the hostage and all that. They created it so they could do that. They wanted a reason to do that. I don't know. I just don't know. This was so clear. It was clear for everybody. Even the own Palestinian didn't see it. Palestinian American, they didn't see it. And they vote against their best interests. And now they still create the narrative, the facade of things. Hamas this, hostage this. I mean, I don't know what to say. There is a lot of things to talk about, but these people focusing on Harry and Meghan. It's deliberate. They're talking about Harry and Meghan, so they do not talk about this. Okay? And other things that's going on around the world. They really like closing in on their objective. It's the same group with who did the slavery, all of that. Okay, what happened with okay, let me not go on to all history and then people coming after me telling me if I do my own research. But when you read so many things, you just plug things together. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting when you see those images. Next tweet. Okay, the Harry and Meghan thing they're talking about is deliberate, so they don't talk about other things. All right, so it looks like I put this twice. All right, I'm not gonna go over this again. Let's skip that. Next tweet. Diddy fell on Harry and Meghan. Okay. Mail on Sunday still struggling to move copies even at £2.30. Yet again, we see a manic attempt to sell, so they offer readers pure fiction liberally sprinkled with hate, just as their readers like it. You see it's a love-hate relationship. Mel hates her but desperately needs her. Alright, so that's the headline here. Okay, exactly. There is no such thing as a royal court in America. How do they come up with this BS? Okay, I didn't read it. Harry and Meghan appointed their very own royal court in Montecito. Oh. That's what I was like. That's the headline. You read. I mean, doesn't Harry and Meghan hire people, staff, whatnot, to work for them? I don't know. The way they word their things is unbelievable. Oh, Lord. It's just fairy tales of toxic abuse to gratify their pig ignorant readership who believe anything they can struggle to read. Okay, what makes it a royal? Don't most businesses have staff? We all know that, but you see, they're irrelevant non-royals. One day and the next, they say they're royal. In fact, if you scroll through the royal section of the Mail Online, they have more articles with the names Harry, Meghan, or both than the royals we pay for, as they are boring. Harry and Meghan do not live in England. They are not working royalty. Okay, we hear that all the time. Why are they always on the front page? Why can't those haters make a living other than on the backs of the Sussex families? All right, let's go to the next tweet. I don't understand. People are buying it. People are clicking, so they continue. Next one. Let's pause this. Okay, I've always said they also wanted Harry and Meghan to remain so that their children could be used as scapegoats for the others too. Let's not forget what they did to Little Bet's name, running all sorts of defamatory stories on a less than a week old baby. Okay, it's hard to understand the sense of ownership and entitlement the British media feel over Harry, even with him living in a foreign country. This is perhaps the best explanation I've seen of the abuse system that is the royal voter. I'm so glad Archie and Lily are out of this. Alright, so let's listen to this. 1 minute and 17 second screenshot, okay?
The royal rota is a system by which certain media are allocated slots to cover the members of the family. And however aggressive their previous coverage might have been, they still get the right to be on the rota.
Like, so all royal news goes through the filter of all the newspapers within the royal rota, most of which, apart from Telegraph, which happens to be tabloids. Then it all comes down to control. It's like, this family is ours to exploit. Their trauma is our story and our narrative to control.
There's Harry explaining. He understood the situation very well. And this is why he has been putting a boundary about when he's doing public work and when he's doing private work. But they refuse to respect that boundary for him, but they respect that boundary for the others. My God.
Recording every twitch. If you don't try to work out your own some kind of method for existing and surviving this kind of thing, you wouldn't get
Harry and William are the first generation that I've seen grow up under that contract.
This is what I said. This thing started with since the Queen's father died, and then they ingrained it on Charles, and then you see the moment Charles become, adult and have kids, they took it over, and that they expect that to continue with these kids. But Harry put a stop to it, but the other one didn't. Let's continue. This is crazy. Alright, they were going to pick those kids apart, that's Harry's kids, from their skin tone down to their hair strands. They were going to abuse them daily to sell newspapers. Their dad made one of the best decisions in his life by removing them from that country. Well, again, this has to do with William, okay? Give William that credit. Let's see here, there's 3 comments here. It would have been absolutely horrendous for those babies. Okay, Charles signed off on the lies that Queen Betty didn't want her great-grandbaby to have her name because it was a special family name. As if the baby wasn't a family, King Charles the Cruel is a more generate. They wanted only Meghan gone for sure. They didn't expect Harry to live. That shocked them a lot, especially William. He will never recover from it. There's the laugh here. Meg gone and Harry and the kids being used as scapegoat. They underestimate Harry and Meghan move. Yep. It's just that Harry agreed with everything that they said for him. What Harry wanted was 50-50. They were willing to stay and work. William said no. So they left, and Harry made sure and did it properly and made sure, is this what you want us to do? You want us out? So we out. Once we leave, we done with you. This is the thing. This is why Harry and Meghan wanted to make sure everything is done properly. He did not leave any gray area so they could come back and manipulate it again. Okay? So to put it in the public record, he took them to court and made sure the public is aware of what was going on. All right, good for you. You had the strength to say no and get away from that toxic environment. Good for you. Keep doing well. It kills them. Okay, their hate for Meghan surpasses their own love for Lizzie because that was one of the best tribute to her. That's when she died. They focus on Meghan only. I mean, that was pure, brutally abuse of that week. I could not believe the pain that they put her through that week when the Queen passed. It's unbelievable. Okay, they must be out of their minds. Her privilege to be in the royal family, their unpaid workhorse, her kids too, then used as a scapegoat. No wonder they feel snubbed that she left. Okay, exactly. I've always thought the same. Now Louis will have to be the scapegoat for George. There's no way Harry's letting his kids be used like he was. I don't want to talk about it, but I think they'll be surprised with George. Is it George? The youngest. All right, exactly. And they will not stop. Watch them go to town on Archie and Lily when they are old enough for it not to look unpalatable, vile. All right, well said. You're also right, 100%. They're gonna have new squaddies that's gonna do the pushback. Okay, after this, that's it. Go to the next one. Okay, they had started on Archie before he was even born, asking who will pay for his upkeep, although his parents were full-time working royals at the time. They never wonder who will pay for William and Kate's children while they barely worked. They became full-time in 2017. Okay, I didn't see that. That was back in 2019. Who will pay for Harry and Meghan's royal baby? Well, when you think about it, that's probably that confirmed what Harry said in his book, Spare, when his father asked him, told him he doesn't have money for Meghan.
Driving us out into the fields, asked about Meg. Not with great interest, just casually. Still, he didn't always ask, so I was pleased. She's good, thanks. Does she want to carry on working? Say again. Does she want to keep on acting? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I expect she'll want to be with me, doing the job, you know, which would rule out Suits, since they film in Toronto. I see. Well, darling boy, you know there's not enough money to go around. I stared. What was he banging on about? He explained, or tried to. I can't pay for anyone else. I'm already having to pay for your brother and Catherine. I flinched. Something about his use of the name Catherine. I remembered the time he and Camilla wanted Kate to change the spelling of her name because there were already 2 royal ciphers with a C and a crown above. Charles and Camilla? It would be too confusing to have another. Make it Catherine with a K, they suggested. I wondered now what came of that suggestion. I turned to Willie, gave him a look that said, "You listening to this?" His face was blank. Pa didn't financially support Willie and me and our families out of any largesse. That was his job. That was the whole deal. We agreed to serve the monarch, go wherever we were sent, do whatever we were told, surrender our autonomy, keep our hands and feet inside the gilded cage at all times, and in exchange the keepers of the cage agreed to feed and clothe us. Was Pa, with all his millions from the hugely lucrative Duchy of Cornwall, trying to say that our captivity was starting to cost him a bit too much? Besides which, how much could it possibly cost to house and feed Meg? I wanted to say, she doesn't eat much, you know, and I'll ask her to make her own clothes, if you like. It was suddenly clear to me that this wasn't about money. Pa might have dreaded the rising cost of maintaining us, but what he really couldn't stomach was someone new dominating the monarchy, grabbing the limelight. Someone shiny and new coming in and overshadowing him, and Camilla. He'd lived through that before and had no interest in living through it again.
So that corresponds with what Harry said in his book. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's baby will experience an undoubtedly gilded existence, but who will foot the bill? I don't know. God help us, that's all. And thank God they're no longer there. They're doing their own thing. And that pisses them off. That they're doing so much better. Okay, yep, she was a millionaire in her own right, and she worked for everything she had. Okay, at no point did I mention parents, but since you brought it up, okay. So she's responding, okay, she retweeted this. Okay, this is what she's responding to. Okay, LOL, millionaire who did own a house or a car. At least Kate's parents are millionaire. Oh my God, unlike Maggie's joy. Oh God. So this is what she's responding to, and she put the screenshot. Kate Middleton's parents, Carol and Michael, are reportedly facing serious debt due to financial struggles with their business. The Party Pieces Company, which they founded in 1987, the party planning company, went into administration in June 2023, owing creditors £2.6 million. Wasn't there some stuff, there's a loan that she took regarding, what is it? Is it PPP? Something that was going on. And then when she got the money, she didn't pay her vendors. And let's not forget Kate's uncle, the drug one, who was selling drug with, you know, you could see all his underwear.
As well as supplying drugs, bald-headed Goldsmith brags of his connections with royalty. He even claims Prince William will soon be a guest at his home, the home he has crudely named Maison de Bang Bang.
I mean, if they're talking about drugs, my goodness. Right, let's see. And then there was this. When the squad keeps tab on these people. Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding was a luxurious affair, and despite the pomp and flair, a shocking revelation came to light. The baker who made the couple's massive wedding cake was left unpaid even after 13 years of their marriage. Really? What? With all that money these people have? Oh my Lord, there's that. Well, I really didn't know that as well. Well, I didn't know that. The shame of it. Not even paying for your own wedding cake. how embarrassing, and all the millions they have, they can pay a little company for all the hard work that was put into making the cake. Well, I guess she learned now they have to put a down payment next time. There has to be a down payment, at least, I don't know, maybe 75% of it. And then after the thing, they give the rest. Okay, and for real, okay, yeah. And for real, this was self-made millionaire Meg house in California before she met Harry. Sold after she moved to the UK. Okay, this, I'm not aware of that. To consider that she didn't own a car is just a deranged level daft. Okay, I didn't know anything about that. Look like a mini mansion. I know total idiots who make up so much shit they actually started to believe it. Okay, yeah, they said that nonsense so much they believe it. Okay, I think they got a big check from William after the Kate drama last year. That won't surprise me in the slightest. Do they forget about miserable Mavis druggy uncle? There's that. Okay, apparently they don't talk about him. Alright, this is my last one. There's more comment below this, but let's move on. Okay, this has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan, but with French president. I'm not gonna go in the comment, just the video. I'll try my best to show as, oh my god. French President Macron was slapped by his wife. Look at this. 50 seconds. Oh my god. He's in slow motion now. Wow. That's a nice recovery here. Wow. I wonder what the crews are saying. Okay, it's very grainy. Nobody's talking. Wow. That's embarrassing. He was putting his arm for her to do it. She didn't even bother. Oh, Lord. I think I retweet that. Let me go look for my retweet. Let's pause this. Alright, so I'm done with this. Okay, so this is the retweet of it here. Just thinking. Meanwhile, this is president of Burkina Faso. Looking back, the French won't leave his country alone. Okay, so that's all. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Prayer for... Come on. Okay, the last one I said prayer for protection. Let's pick something below it here. Still prayer for protection. A small one. They all look too long to read. Prayer for protection. Let's do this one. Best prayer for protection. Lord, be my shield in times of trouble, surrounding me with your divine protection. Guardian angel, watch over me day and night, guide my steps and protect me from harm. May the Lord grant me traveling mercies, protecting me on every journey. Alright, so that's that. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching. So I did 3 videos, 2 on PYTE and 1 over here. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.